guys. So today I'm finally taking care of the apple juice that I made from the apple scraps. I lost the footage. I did record and I lost the footage for those when I juiced the apple scraps down. So it's apples that went bad in the refrigerator and I cut off the bad part and I cut it up and put it in a freezer bag. And I just started collecting. Like I have this thing like the kids want me to cut their apple, I just cut the apple. I kept the core. They wanted peel, I peeled the apple, I kept the peel and I put it in the freezer. So it was just over months and months of collecting and then it was in the freezer. So I put it in a big pot and I filled the pot up with water to cover the apple peels and I let that boil down and get everything to get soft and then I strained it out and I got 3 quart jars of that juice. So that's what you're seeing in the pot now. You're not able to stir away the bubbles. Okay, so I'm just stirring, 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 stirring and keeping a close eye on it, and it is on high heat. And you see I can stir away the bubbles, but it's still boiling. I'm gonna add my cinnamon to it. Just a little bit, not that much. So I don't want cinnamon flavor. So this is what we're looking for. Where I'm stirring it and you can't stir away the bubbles. So that's what I'm looking for right there. And now I'm going to check it with the thermometer. And we're looking for 220. And you can see how much it boiled down. How much it reduced. You can see how much it reduced. Still not there yet. Still not there. We're at 216. We're looking for 220. 220. So right now you're gonna need to pay attention to this. See the bubbles? You can't stir away the bubbles. This is what we're looking for. Now let's check it again. See that drip? We're almost there. Almost there. We're at 219. We need 220. Almost there. So I'm going to start setting it up so I can start filling jars. So, sorry. I was taking care of sick children and got a little sick myself. So while I was setting up to do the jar, fill the jars, you see I'm also coming back and stirring because we do not want this thing to stick. When you're dealing with jams and jelly, but any kind of canning, you just need to be present. And let me tell you, I was canning while the kids were sick and they were in the house, and I was so distracted. And I did pizza sauce that did not properly seal. When you are canning, you have to you have to be present. You absolutely have to be present. in there and with no distraction. But I was distracted because there were kids sick and crying, and they need orange juice, they need water, they're thirsty. It was just a lot going on. I'm gonna also show you another way to check for the gel point with with right there with the plate, and it's cold. It was in the freezer. The glass plate was in the freezer, and you put it in the freezer, and you let it freeze, and you drop some of the liquid on there. And if you run your finger through it, or I would suggest you run your finger because it's hot. That jelly is hot. You can take a knife or a spoon and run it across, and if it doesn't close up, it's gelled. So I took my jars out of the water bath canner. When you're canning hot liquids like this apple jelly, your jars need to be hot and the water in your canner needs to be hot. Same thing that goes for the pressure canner. Everything needs to be at a temperature. You cannot put cold jars into a hot canner, vice versa. So I forgot to wipe my rims, my jars with vinegar. So I took the lids off and I washed the lids. I rewashed the lids, and I'm going to come back in and get a clean paper towel and wipe the rims with vinegar because we're dealing with sugar and it's sticky and we want to have a proper seal. Like I mentioned before, my I don't know what happened. Let me tell you. I was doing multiple things this day. On this day also I did strawberry jam, and I went in and I was doing I had the strawberry jam in my oven roaster, and then I took it out the oven roaster, put it in the pot that had the apple jelly. Then I put tomatoes inside of the the oven roaster to make pizza sauce, and the kids were sick. It it just really proves to me that you definitely need to have, when you're canning, have your full attention on what you're doing when you're canning. So now we're going to return it to um, the water bath canner. You need to have an inch of water above these jars. So if you see that you don't have an inch of water above these jars, I personally like to keep my water kettle on and keep it on 160, just just to be on the safe side. Fill it up and keep it on 150 just in case I need to pour more water in there. Because the whole time the the canner is on. So the water is going down, and there it goes. I had to pour some more water in there. Anyhow, so we filled this to a half an inch, wiped our rims, and we're going to process these because these are pint jars. We're going to process these for 20 minutes in the water bath canner. We are done processing our pint jars of apple jelly from apple scraps. You hear that pop? That's what we want. We want to hear that pop. Don't lean the cans. I've mentioned that before, but for those who are new here, don't lean it and drain the water off of it. Just let it sit there. And that's the pop. We're waiting for one more. And we're gonna let that sit on here until tomorrow. 24 hours to make sure that we have a true seal. Do not unseal it. Do not tighten the seal. Just leave it alone. Do not shake it. Don't do any of that stuff. But I will lift it up and show you guys how pretty it looks. Yeah, that is pretty. I have to jump in here and end the video. Thank you so much for watching. I was doing too much on this day that I forgot to end the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and have a blessed day. I'm showing you what I was talking to you about earlier about the strawberries. Have a blessed day, guys. Bye bye.